Gadget Report. Let's talk gadgets. And today we are talking about an incident that happened last month with Ryanair and a passenger that got sucked out um, the window when it was struck by debris. So this is just reporting the event, obviously, because there's still an investigation about it. But let's see what happened. Let's talk gadgets. So, last month, a passenger of a Ryanair plane nearly got sucked out of his seat when the window blew out after being struck by debris. According to The Guardian, and I leave the link for the article below on the comments on the description of the video. So, according to The Guardian, the Boeing 737-800 was on a codeshare flight between Ryanair and Air Malta, departing from Thessaloniki, that's the name, sorry, my Greek pronunciation, um, Greece. Shortly after taking off, the window blew out and a passenger was partially sucked out of the aircraft. Investigation is still ongoing, as you can imagine, but the article says that footage and passenger reports claim that the window broke after being struck by a blade from the right engine about 16,000 feet high. So the incident occurred over the North Macedonia and the plane returned to Thessaloniki shortly after. So as you can imagine. This is what we know so far. So the passenger was a Serbian man called Lupica Karovic. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He had his seatbelt on and when the accident happened, and his wife held his legs, and apparently she was then assisted by other passengers who eventually managed to pull Mr. Karovic back into the aircraft. I can imagine how stressful this situation might have been. The fact that he had his seatbelt on may have helped save his life, but according to the Guardian, uh, the and declarations from Dr. Jason Knight, who is a senior lecturer in the fluid mechanics at the University of Portsmouth. Um, Other factors may have contributed to this positive outcome. So, according to Dr. Knight, he says that the most severe suction is short-lived, since the airflow is sudden and it will stop once the pressure inside reaches the same level as the pressure outside. So the reason why people are sucked out is the difference in pressure. The cabin is pressurized and therefore all that air goes out until the pressure is leveled. The article also mentioned the fact that aircraft windows are small, possibly too small for an adult body to go through, which also obviously helps. Now, my conclusions, and as I said, the investigations are still ongoing, and therefore I'm not preempting any results here. This is an extremely rare event, although there have been other cases. One of the most famous cases was with my favorite airline. And in 1990, I'm talking about British Airways, and a British Airways pilot, was partially sucked out and held by his legs for 20 minutes after a windshield panel blew out after taking off. Um, but as I said, and as it has been said by several aviation experts, these are very extremely rare events, and so much so we don't hear about them much. So, uh, but of course, when they happen, it's quite stressful. But in my view, my humble view, the a major player here was definitely the seatbelt, uh, and in other instances such as severe turbulence, um, and other has been proven to save lives. So I think it was a major player here, and in other instances it is very important to keep your seatbelt on, even if the seatbelt lights are off, um, even if the plane is on altitude, and it's fine. If something happens, it may help save your life. And in this case, the man got he was stuck with the seatbelt, and obviously helped until his wife was able to go there, and other passengers to help him, to help push him in. So we can see that the seatbelt had definitely a role in this successful outcome. For now, reports say an engine blade hit the window and caused the incident. I'm sure we will know more details about this incident and subsequent investigation, as we always do. Um, but for now, this is all we know. We don't know why um, the engine had this malfunction, why the blades malfunctioned. We don't know any details of the incident yet. Of course, when something like this happens, there's always an investigation. And as I said many times, it usually is a combination of factors, is never in any incident, it's never just one cause that uh, uh, you know uh, results in one of these events. Is usually a combination of factors, and I believe it will be the case here as well. So uh, once more information is released and we know more about what happened to this Ryanair flight, I will definitely be updating you on this. The passenger was taken to hospital and is expected to recover from this terrible event. Of course, it is extremely stressful. I cannot imagine something like that happen. I remember watching the documentary, watching the May Day event about um, the incident with the British Airways in 1990. And I remember seeing the footage, and of the pilot, and it was horrible. It was covered in blood. It's horrendous. Just the whole thing is horrendous, going through something like that. So I believe this man um, was obviously traumatized by what he had to endure. Um, but fortunately, um, he is expected to make a full recovery, and that is obviously a good thing. um, I wanted to talk about this because obviously it was a major event in aviation, and it was something that it's really rare. And again, one of the reasons that I really wanted to talk about this topic is again to reinforce the importance of actually wearing your seatbelt in flight, um, and what sort of situation it may save you from uh, if you are actually wearing your seatbelt. That's why I decided to talk about this today. Today, I hope you liked this gadget report today. Um, I hope you like the topic, and well, if you have any information, maybe if you live in Greece or Macedonia or Serbia, and there is been more information added to this, please leave a comment below and share with us. It would be very, very nice to have your input. Um, or if you ever been in a situation where you found that wearing the seat belt helped you save your life, for example, in an instance of severe turbulence. And that's one of the most common occurrences is when there's severe turbulence that usually if you are wearing your seatbelt, chances are it's easier to manage the situation, and I'm talking about severe turbulence, like we had already instances where even the overhead lockers ended up opening and things flying around, etc., etc. I'm not talking about that normal turbulence. Of course, it is important to have your seatbelts on, so much so that after those events, now you have the seatbelt signs on as soon as turbulence occurs, for safety reasons, obviously. But it is easier to understand why. If you are if you don't have the seatbelt on and there's turbulence and the aircraft is going up and down, because that's what happens. they they go through a pocket of air, and sometimes the aircraft just drops dramatically. If something like that happens, um, you become a projectile. If you're not strapped, gravity takes its place. You just go up because the aircraft comes up, down, and pushes you up, and you may hit your head. You may have concussion. It, it's easy to understand what may happen, and the seatbelt may prevent that. So, uh, but if you have any other topics that you would like me to discuss in our gadget reports, gadget related, of course, if you have any special gadgety events happening in your neck of the woods, please just let me know. I'll be very, very happy to talk about it. And put a like and subscribe the channel with a little click on the bell so you get a notification of a new gadget report every week. Before I go, I would like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next week. Have a good one, and again, fasten your seatbelts. We are about to hit some turbulence. Bye.